Now we do meet again here on Lookuptv, Lookup Weekend. My name is Brian Amuai. I do welcome you to the program tonight. Engage us on our socials at Amuai Brian, that is on Twitter or X at Lookuptv. The hashtag we're using tonight is Lookup Weekend. We are also live on Facebook and on YouTube, and we do welcome your feedback on those particular social platforms. We'll be sampling some of it as we continue the program tonight. Do tell us where you are watching us from and what you think about the stories that we are running today. Once again, my name is Brian Amuai. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Angel Lois. These are the top stories tonight. On Lookup Weekend tonight, the fangs of the cost of living continue to bite as the rise in fuel prices take effect, with Kenyans decrying the high cost of living. Also tonight, it will be an honor that will not cost the nation a penny. CS Interior Kindiki defends NPS deployment to Haiti, adding that there will be no security gap in the country. And heading to the east, President William RUTO makes his first trip to China for the Third Belt and Road Forum. All right, 16th of, is this 16th or 15th? 15th of October here on Lookup Weekend. Let's start the program tonight. Now Kenyans are set to part with even more from their pockets after the recent review in the prices of petroleum products. Now the price of petrol has now gone up by 5 shillings per litre. Diesel has increased by 4 shillings per litre, while kerosene is up by 2 shillings per litre in the new prices announced by the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority. Now, with the new prices being in effect until November 14th, our reporter John Matava spoke to Kenyans on the streets of Nairobi and files the following report.
In this month's review by the energy regulator EPRA, Super Petrol has increased by 5 shillings 72 cents to sell at 217 and 36 cents per litre. Diesel by 4 shillings 48 cents to sell at 205 and 47 cents per litre. And kerosene by 2 shillings 45 cents to sell at 205 and 6 cents per litre.
October-November cycle. As it stands today, our calculated pump prices for Super Petrol stands at 211 shillings and 64 cents for Super, 200 shillings and 99 cents for diesel, and 202 shillings and 61 cents for kerosene. On the basis of our computation and the formula that you will be sharing in the press release with you shortly, on our computation, the pump prices were set to rise for Super from 211 shillings and 64 cents to 220 shillings and 43 cents. This is an increase of 8.79 shillings for Super PMS. For diesel, from 200 shillings and 99 cents to 217 shillings and 11 cents. This would have been an increase of 16 shillings and 12 cents. And for dual purpose kerosene, from 202 shillings and 61 cents to 214 shillings and 66 cents. This would have been a 12 shilling and 5 cents increase. In this current cycle that is ending at midnight tonight, we had applied an average of the exchange rate of Kenya shillings 148 shillings and 98 cents shilling to the dollar.
This means that public transport vehicles will increase bus fares until the next review set for November 14th is done. In addition, factories will also increase the prices of products to cover the cost of production. Farm products will also increase in price to cover the cost of farming and transportation. Various business owners in the capital are battling with the ripple effects, claiming that they might be forced to double up the prices of their commodities.
Kama saizi tumetoka soko, manguo pia imepanda kwa sababu wanakuambia mafuta imepanda juu ya transportation. Wanaruta fanya mambo mafuta irudi chini.
Those operating PSVs claim they consume at least 25 liters a day, but now forced to use up to 35 liters a day.
Hapo samani kabla mafuta ichapanda, tulikuwa tunakunywa mafuta kama lita 20, 25. Lakini saa hii naona kama lita imeenda mpaka kumaliza kazi, lita itaenda kama lita 35.
According to Nzomo, life was good during Kibaki's government, but as it stands, he remains unsure of what the future holds.
Manze mimi nimeathirika kwa sababu sasa nalipa fare double. Hiyo ni vibaya sana. Kulingana wakati wetu wa Kibaki, mambo ilikuwa fresh bwana. Mambo ilikuwa tu nywe mwa.
John Matava, Lookuptv.
It's things have changed. Times have changed too. And yeah, so according to that is the one who used to be CS for trade, Moses Kuria, it's about to get tough until February next year. Now, away from that, Interior CS Kindiki now says that it is an honor for the Kenya police to be recognized by UN and supported in participating in the UN peacekeeping mission in Haiti. Now, Kindiki has assured Kenyans that the peacekeeping mission will not interfere with the security of the country. Kindiki spoke during a church service in Meru. As the country prepares to deploy 1,000 police officers to Haiti for a UN peacekeeping mission, Interior CS Kindiki has assured the country that the international obligation will not interfere with the country's security.
I also want to assure the country that our participation in the UN peacekeeping mission in Haiti will not compromise our national security.
Kindiki said the government has put up measures to ensure that key areas that require around-the-clock security are not left hanging.
We have made arrangements to make sure that we don't touch sensitive operational areas and programs that require 24-hour attention. And therefore, the fight against terror, the fight against banditry, the fight against organized crime will not be affected by the deployment to Haiti.
The Interior CS further acknowledged that it was an honor for the country to be recognized by the UN for the mission, calling on politicians not to politicize the issue.
The United Nations, recognizing the special skills of the officers from Kenya, requested that Kenya becomes the team leader of that multinational force. Kenya will not spend any money in the deployment of our officers in Haiti because the Haiti peace mission is a United Nations mission, and the costs associated with the Haiti mission will be met through the contributions of the member states of the United Nations.
Kindiki further called on Parliament to debate the issue soberly and allow Kenya to participate in this mission as it is its international obligation.
We want to ask our members of the National Assembly and Senate not to politicize security matters and to discuss the Haiti deployment as a legal obligation and as a matter of the public interest. We will not take any legal shortcuts. We will go the full hog and seek the approval of Parliament.
Brian Amwai, Lookuptv. All right, now away to matters Haiti and national security. Let's still on that debate rather. Now, as the row over the deployment of police officers to Haiti continues, with Interior Cabinet Secretary Kindiki insisting that the government will not send officers to Haiti without parliamentary approval. Leader of majority in the National Assembly, that is Kimani Ichung'wah, has hinted at the House approving the mission without hesitation. Ichung'wah, who attended a church service alongside DP Rigathi Gachagua in Narok, noted that it was an opportunity for the soldiers to earn even more from the United Nations as opposed to what they get here in the country.
So, Your Excellency, we want to encourage you and confirm to you, together with the President, that when we get the request for approval, as you approved in Cabinet this week, for approval and consent from the National Assembly and Parliament for deployment of our police officers to the country of Haiti, we shall consider all matters that shall come before Parliament and be able to take into account all the concerns that the people of Kenya have raised, because in Parliament we represent the people and we address their concerns. tujue kama pesa za Wakenya zitatumika kwa wale askari. Sababu kwa maono yetu ni ya kuwa zile nchi zingine za Umoja wa Mataifa ambao hawachangii kwa njia ya kuleta askari, wachangie kwa njia ya kuleta pesa, sababu uchumi wetu kwa saa hii hauwezi kustahimili mambo kama hayo. Lakini askari wetu vijana ni wengi Kenya ambao wanatafuta kazi, na umesikia viongozi akiwemo mama county wakisema wakati tunawaajiri wanajeshi, askari wetu wa polisi, hata hapa Transmara vijana wapate nafasi, na vijana watapata nafasi kama tutapata pia kama nchi nafasi za kuweza kupeleka askari wetu na wanajeshi wetu kwa kazi za Umoja wa Mataifa ambazo tunatarajia Umoja wa Mataifa utawalipa. Na najua ile mshahara wanalipwa na Umoja wa Mataifa, na chairman wetu wa security yako hapa Mheshimiwa Tongoyo, ni mshahara ambayo iko juu kiasi kuliko yenye wanapata hapa nchini.
Now, President William Ruto has arrived in Beijing, China for a 3-day official visit to attend the Third Belt and Road Initiative Forum, which brings together several world leaders across the world. Now, as Bridget Agola now files, President Ruto is also set to hold bilateral talks with various heads of states on the sidelines of the forum in a bid to improve cooperation and partnership in various sectors.
President William Ruto is scheduled to deliver a keynote address at the high-level Third Belt and Road Initiative Forum, themed as Digital Economy as a New Source of Growth, in a bid to shine the spotlight on Kenya's advancements in information and communication technology and innovation. Kenya's active involvement in the BRI is notable, with signature projects including the SGR demonstrating nation's commitment to enhancing connectivity through infrastructure. During his visit, President Ruto will hold bilateral talks with his host, President Xi Jinping, as well as engage in discussions with other world leaders. These discussions will cover matters of mutual benefit and cooperation, further solidifying Kenya's position on the global stage. This official visit to China marks a significant step in Kenya's international relations and further strengthens the country's active participation in the Belt and Road Initiative. It is expected to yield fruitful discussions, enhance cooperation, and open doors for new opportunities in the realms of trade, infrastructure development, and technological advancement. Bridget Agola, Lookuptv.
Now from China, we come back here into the country. Defense Cabinet Secretary Edin Duale has cautioned Al-Shabaab militants with intentions of disrupting the LAPSET project that the government will deal with them ruthlessly. Now, the LAPSET Corridor program is Eastern Africa's largest and most ambitious infrastructure project, bringing together Kenya, Ethiopia, and South Sudan, but work have been stopped due to security concerns as the militants were targeting workers on the project. At half talking, Duale said the government will act tough on anyone hell-bent on destabilizing the security of the country and its infrastructure, while calling on the local leaders to unite and denounce the militants.
Wale walikuwa wanaua watu sasa wamekosa mahali ya kuingia, kuanzia Boni Forest, Lamu mpaka BP2 wa Mandera. Sisi hatuwezi kubali Al-Shabaab akujiangie. Na kama wanafikiri hii barabara ya LAPSET kutoka Lamu Port inapitia Ijara, inapitia Fafi, inaenda paka Isiolo, paka South Sudan, kama watafikiri watasimamisha, waone next week tutaweka jeshi na hiyo lami itapita hapa. Na rais amesema paka lami ipitishwe. Barabara ya kutoka Kulamawe, Garbatula, Modogashe, Habaswein, Wajia, Samatar, Wajia, Kutulo, paka Mandera. Hiyo barabara hata kama tutaweka wanajeshi 1000 kulinda ule anajenga, tutaweka. We will protect the citizens and critical infrastructure, including the Lapset port, the Lapset corridor, and all other government installations from any criminal activity, including terrorist. Kila mahali waungane. Tuko na shida Lamu, na tumesema lazima viongozi wa Lamu wakiongozwa na governor waungane, waongee kwa sauti moja juu ya terror networks in that area.
All right, that story brings us to our first break here on Lookuptv. Before we do that, let me see what you're saying here on Facebook. Jabali Africa says, is it a must for Kenyan police to be deployed there? Amani Dil. Well, I have no idea Amani Dil, but this is the thing. According to CS Kindiki, it is our international obligation. Plus, that is majority leader in the National Assembly did say that, you know, we are not going to spend a penny, so did Kindiki, and plus maybe something is going to come off that as far as this country's interests are concerned, right? So is it good for the interest of the country? That is, let's wait and see. We'll look at that later on. We'll take a break here on Look Up Weekend. We'll be back in a few with more stories and event spots.
Introducing the Kenya Trade Fair Fusion Sales Drive event in the heart of Nairobi at the Kenya National Archives. It's not just an event, it's sales generation with a remarkable return on investment. Get ready to let your booth do the talking as you study new market trends with lots of entertainment featuring traditional live bands, DJs, and artists. For vendor registration, call 0724 715 334 or 0713 907 584 or 0723 861 173.
Want to expand your business today or attend to an emergency? Gisort na Logbook Loan, a business loan solution that allows you to leverage your logbook as security, making the application process both efficient and easy. You can borrow up to a maximum of 1 million shillings, processed within 24 hours with a repayment period of 24 months. All you need is your original logbook, original ID and KRA PIN, 6 months bank statement to M-Pesa statement, and comprehensive insurance. For more details, visit any of our branches near you today or call us on 0709 692 000 or send an SMS to 20103 at no charge. Juhudi Kilimo, investing in farmers, transforming lives.
Ndoto yangu ya pickup ya kuendea stock nitatimiza.
Nini?
Nimejishikia kamita.
Cheza Loto. It's bigger. Hourly cash wins. It's the Lotto Metamania. It's raining millions every hour. See your Lotto. Cheza Lotto Metamania. Ushinde 1 million every hour. Isitoshe, kuna mega grand draw ya hadi 200 million shillings kila Jumatano na Jumamosi. Cheza Lotto sasa. Timiza ndoto zako. Nenda kwa M-Pesa paybill number 777-000. Andika neno Look kama account name. Cheza na kati shilingi 50 hadi shilingi 2,000 na ushinde sasa. Raundi hii ni more draws, more cash. The Lotto Metamania is here.
Over 18s only. Gaming can be addictive. Play responsibly. This message has been approved by the BCLB.
All right, thank you so much for staying with us here on Look Up Weekend. Continue engaging us on our socials at Lookuptv across social media. That is on Twitter, on Facebook, and on YouTube. And we do welcome your feedback. I'll be sampling some of it as we continue with the program tonight. Do tell us where you are watching us from and what you think about the stories that we're running today, all right? Because it's important to you. These are national issues. Let's continue. Now, residents of Alego on Sunday stormed Ndere police station in protest for the rise of insecurity in the area. Now, this comes after 3 people were killed yesterday by armed robbers. Police were forced to use tear gas to disperse the rowdy residents who wanted to take justice in their own hands by lynching the alleged leader of the gang that has been terrorizing residents in the area.
To the streets, burning tires to express their anger with the local authorities. Residents of Alego decrying the rise of insecurity in the area after 3 people were killed Saturday night.
Kwa mimi naitwa Steven Odongo. Natoka eneo inaitwa Uhuru Gotoenga. Huko kuna wezi juzi tu walikata mtu wa M-Pesa. Sasa tena jana tuliamka asubuhi tukapata watu 3 wameuawa na mtu mmoja.
Their destination, Ndere police station, with intentions to pounce on one of the arrested suspects as they accuse the police officers of sleeping on the job while their lives are on the line.
Kazi ya polisi hapa ni pombe, kutafuta watu wanakunywa pombe na kushika. Hapa kwa mtaa hatuwezi tembea, hatuwezi enda mahali, enforcement anytime hatuwezi shika. Watu wametuua sisi kila saa.
Mimi amekataa hii maneno ya watu kuua, saa yote mtu kukufa. Na polisi iko hapa Ndere, umefanya tu kazi ya kununua bangi na chang'aa ameenda kukunywa huko, umelipwa pesa na mama ya chang'aa, hakuna kitu wanafanya. Mekataa, haseni.
The residents now want the transfer of Ndere police station officers, saying they have been compromised. Siaya Police Commander Michael Mushiri confirmed that 2 people have so far been arrested and are under police custody. Brian Mwai, Lookuptv.
Now, to West Pokot, at least 810 students from West Pokot County are set to reap big from bursary funds from USAID and European Union through Northlands Rangeland Trust. Now, according to NRT Director Rebecca Chebet, most families in the area cannot afford to take students to school due to lack of funds, which has been occasioned by the numerous conflicts in the area. Among those set to benefit are orphans who have lost their parents in the conflicts along the Turkana and West Pokot border.
Tuko na basari ambayo tuna launch kwa siku ya leo ambayo kwa Masol Conservancy tutakuwa na beneficiaries 480 students. Upande ya Pelo tuko na wanafunzi 330. In total tutakuwa na wanafunzi ambao watafaidika leo 810. Pesa ambayo tutaweza kupeana kwa siku ya leo ni milioni 6. Kati ya hiyo pesa milioni 5 inatoka European Union na milioni 1 imetoka USAID. Hii ni namna ya kuweza kufanya ile inaitwa poverty eradication. Ukiangazia katika jamii yetu ya West Pokot, sisi tulikuwa kati ya zile counties marginalized after independence. Sisi bado tunangangana na ile shida counties zingine walipambana naye kitambo.
Mimi mwenyewe nimefurahi sana, nimefurahi kabisa kwa sababu mimi mwenyewe imenitoa mbali kwa sababu muhula huu iko inaisha na conservancy wamenimalizia pesa. Bali hapa sisi hatuna fees, hatuna ng'ombe, hatuna mashamba, hatuna hata tujui wakati wa kulima ni wakati gani. Mariji haturangi mambo ya kulima shamba. Sisi ndio tuko tuna mbuzi 5 na hiyo mbuzi 5 hata itakulisha ama itasomesha watoto. Nataka nishukuru sana kwa sababu mara hii sasa kwa sababu imetupea pesa ambayo ni milioni 6 imepea watoto wetu wa
Now, the National Assembly Lady Spouses Association, in collaboration with Proudly Kenyans, have distributed water tanks to women groups in Jomvu constituency in Mombasa County. Now, the women groups are set to open water kiosks as residents of the area have for a long time suffered from water shortage. Catherine Soina with more on this particular story and the counties.
the cost of living continues to surge, several women groups have benefited from water tanks donated by the National Assembly Ladies Sports Association and proudly Kenyan. The 18 tanks with a capacity of 10,000 liters will help the women set up water kiosk businesses to sell clean water at an affordable price to Jomvu residents who have faced water problems for years. Jomvu MP Badi Twalib says the initiative will help the women groups and promised that the second phase will be bigger and more groups will benefit through the partnership with various organizations.
Kuwa mtu ambaye amepewa tanki ya lita 10,000 atahakikisha katika biashara yake maji ya kwanza 10,000 liters atawajazia au kina mama wanaenda tu kufungua na tap, umepawa tank na umeanzishiwa.
Elsewhere, Lugari Member of Parliament Nabi Nabwere has called on parents to give a greater importance to educating a boy child, as he believes they encounter discrimination when it comes to accessing education. The MP expressed concern that the society tends to overlook the needs of boys, issuing a stern warning to men who engage in inappropriate relationships with young girls.
Challenge niko naye hapa Lugari ni mtu anaitwa mtoto mvulana hayuko shuleni. Lakini tukitoka tunanyi hapa gari kuanzia kwa hii junction, in every corner kijana mvulana yuko. It is a danger in society. Wanaume ule anashindwa kutongoza msichana, anaendea watoto. Sisi hatutaki kupeleka kotini. We castrate immediately.
Finally, small and micro entrepreneurs in Laikipia County have completed a 2 days training on how they will register and get accreditation from the Kenya Bureau of Standards for their product. The training organized by the County Trade Department brought on board KEBS officials to explain to traders and innovators on how to go about registering their product so that they can trade them safely.
Tayari our community watakuwa ready mobilized na watakuwa tayari na zile stakabadhi ambazo zinahitajika kama za KEBS ili bidhaa zetu ziweze kuuzwa.
Catherine Saina, Lookuptv.
Now let's get sporty tonight. Kenya national football team Harambee Stars is ready for Monday's international friendly encounter against Russia at Titanic Sports Complex in Antalya, Turkey. Now, it will be played at 7 p.m. East Africa time. Now, Stars are expected to get the job done despite reports of possibly lacking the services of Daniel Anyembe and Ayub Timbe, who developed a swollen ankle over training. Timbe is expected to take a last-minute test, which will determine whether he sneaks in on the match sheet.
Push it. Okay. Start it.
Now, Nairobi United and Silibwet Lions Fire FC shared the spoils in the National Super League match played today at Utalii grounds. Now, this is after a 1-all draw. Dominic Akuma scored for Silibwet Lions FC at the 51st minute of the match, but 4 minutes later, Brian Lusamuha leveled for Nairobi United.
But I have a strong defense, I believe so.
Wacha kwanza nikwambie hii result imetoka hapa. Mimi kibinafsi coach, out of 10 niko 7% because being away match. Yeah, so it's just giving us a way to go back at home. Tuko na 2 matches, strategy tena change because ndio hilo kitu nataka. Unajua we were in a learning process.
Leta nzuri, go fanya save nzuri sana hapa.
All right, now that was Dominic Akumai. Apologies for that. Now listen, we've come to the end of this particular program. 20 minutes, 20 or 30. Yeah, 9:30. 30 minutes past the hour. Thank you so much for your time. But before I do that, I'd like to say a big shout out to everyone that was tuning in tonight, watching this particular program, trusting us to bring you up to date with the news making headlines across the country. We do not take that for granted. And as I promised earlier, we'll be sampling some of your feedback as we continue the program tonight, but we've come to the end, so I read everything that has come. Here, Wycliffe Indimuli says, Mr. Brian, it's cool and loved Sunday news. Hongera, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being our viewer tonight. I do not take that for granted. Thank you so much, Wycliffe Indimuli. Jabali Africa, I think I had read this earlier. Is it a must for Kenyan police to be deployed there? Ama hii ni deal? Well, that is a wait and see. We are going to be talking about that later on as we continue with this particular conversation around Haiti. On behalf of everyone, and I mean everyone, that has made this program a success tonight, I do want to thank you so much for watching. My name is Brian Amwai. Our sign language interpreter tonight has been Angel Lois. Do have yourselves a lovely night and see you again tomorrow. Yes, which is Monday. Good night.